There was pin drop silence in the house. It felt like no one lives here. It was beautiful but not alive. Only the ticking sound of the watch could be heard and nothing else when Jungkook walked inside the house. His feet were stumbling, and looking at his body language, it was clear that he was drunk. He walked inside the living room only to find his wife sitting on the couch. She looked mad, her hands crossed around her chest and face dead serious. Their eyes met, but he ignored her and started to go towards his bedroom, but she stopped him. "Where were you?" He stopped without turning back while she got up and walked behind him. She was so mad at the moment but unbothered him. He turned towards you and took a step closer to you, but you didn't move. "Don't ask me these typical wife questions, okay? Where were you? I can be anywhere. It's my choice. Why do you care about it?" He didn't care about how these words will impact you and blurted out. "I told you that today my parents would come. They kept on waiting for you. No one even ate properly. Do you know how embarrassing and insulting it was?" "Did I stop them? Why didn't they eat and why were you embarrassed? Can't you attend your parents alone? Why do you need me?" You were trying to control your anger and tears at the same time. "I have never seen a man like you in my whole life." He raised his brow. "Oh really? Okay, then see it now. I'm standing right in front of you, just like how I was standing 5 years ago." He noticed your teary eyes and his heart ached, but he didn't show. "Do you really think I care about you or your parents? Your hatred is against me. Don't take it out on my family." He leaned more closer to your face and you could smell the alcohol in his breath. His eyes were red. "I hate everything that is related to you, each and every single thing." "Then you are also connected with me. Hate yourself too. Why don't you do that?" You finally burst out. "Do you think I will hate myself for someone like you? I don't consider myself connected to you." You didn't able to hear his harsh words, so you angrily went towards your separate bedroom and closed the door with a loud thud. "As if I care." He sat on the couch and threw his head back before looking at the ceiling. "When did you even value me? I was always a time pass for you." You walked near your bed in anger and threw a pillow. Only you know how you handle your parents when they were kept on asking about Jungkook. It's been only a month to your marriage, but they don't know that you were in a relationship during high school. You were each other's soul and everyone was aware of your relationship back in school days except your parents. But one day, all that love fell apart. It ended in a few minutes and you both ended up breaking it because of a single misunderstanding. Now again destiny brought you both together, but nothing is same. Your parents arranged this marriage and you both were forced to come in this relationship for a business partnership. You turned off the lights and slept, although you know that you won't get any sleep the whole night. The next morning you came in the kitchen to make breakfast because it was almost afternoon and you were inside your room but finally couldn't control your hunger. Jungkook was still home and he slept on the couch last night. As you were preparing breakfast, Jungkook walked inside the kitchen. He looked like a mess and he walked towards the fridge before taking out his bottle of beer. He purposely do these things so that you talk to him, yet he pretended that he doesn't have any interest in talking to you. "I'm making breakfast." You let him know that you are cooking for him as well, but he didn't listen and proceeded to open the bottle before starting to gulp it down. You are tired of seeing all this, so you walk near him before taking that bottle from him. "Give it back." You hide the bottle behind you. "That's enough. I said I'm making breakfast. Yesterday also you were completely drunk." He came dangerously close to you, looking dead in your eyes. And what made you think that I will eat the food made by you? I will prefer to stay hungry. He took the bottle from your hands. He started to leave when you broke down because you can't see this and you think that he is punishing himself just because of you. Fine, if you hate me that much, then let's just end this. I didn't say yes to this marriage because I didn't want to cause you pain. Let's just tell our parents and get divorced. I can't see all this now. I'm tired. He came near you. Tired? Isn't it too early to be saying that? How can you be tired so early? I'm still not broken yet. How can you spare me like this, huh? How badly his heart was aching only he knows that, but he didn't want to show it to you. Won't you play with me pretending all innocent and then leave me without caring what would happen to me afterwards, just because someone told you that I am cheating on you? You looked down while tears were dropping down. Your tears don't make me weak anymore. Although it was a lie, but he was pretending to not care. I'm sorry. I've said it before and I'm saying it again. I swear I didn't want to come in your life, but I had no choice. I know you hate me and I have no explanation to give, but I can't live like this. I don't want to hurt you or myself for the rest of our lives. You expressed your guilty for leaving him just because of a misunderstanding and guilt for not believing him. But he was hurt hearing that you still don't love him, or at least he won't to listen those words from your mouth, and he will forget his wounds, his pain, and will accept you, embrace you like nothing happened because he still loves you and only you. Why can't you live like this? Look at me, I'm still alive, living like this ever since you ghosted me. I'm surviving, then why can't you? You started all this, at least have some guts to face it. He put the bottle on the table and left. You grabbed the countertop and then slowly sat on your knees before breaking into tears. You also love him but too ashamed to face because you are the one who broke his heart. You are the reason why that healthy relationship died. But you are afraid to tell him that you still love him because how will you tell him? How would he even trust you again when you broke such a strong bond without a second thought? Jungkook left the house in anger. He hates that he can't see you in tears even after all that. You still make him feel bad for his behavior. He was started to dislike himself for becoming the reason behind your tears. He never denied to marry you because he thought he'll take his revenge, but that never happened. How can he even think about taking revenge from the woman he only loves with all his heart? But no one can deny that you left him heartbroken. And he stepped down from the last stair. His phone rang. Wiping his moist eyes, he checked the caller ID and answered the phone. Yes, Amma. You and Ryan are coming for dinner, right? I hope you have informed her. He stayed silent for some seconds. We'll be there. He ended the call and sighed before walking away. After some time, Jungkook came back home. He went outside to calm himself, to calm his anger, sorrow and regret. As he walked in the kitchen, he noticed you sitting at the dining table while your head in between your arms resting on the table. The breakfast you were cooking earlier was as it is. You didn't finish cooking, then he heard a slow rumble. His heart dropped when he realized that you were crying. From the time you got married, you already apologized for a few times, but those apologies are not enough to heal that deep wound. He stood there for some time but can't hear your sobs anymore, so decided to leave. Jungkook came in the living room because he didn't have much time and have to tell you about the dinner his parents have invited for. Go and get ready. We have to leave for John Mansion. You turned towards him. I don't want to go anywhere right now. You were not feeling good, although you have never opposed anything since you have got married, listening to everything just for apology, but now you don't know how long you will be able to continue it. You are breaking down from inside. Jungkook walked near you. I didn't join your parents for dinner. Are you taking the revenge of that? You looked at him. I have no interest in taking revenge. I'm just not feeling like going. You gave your answer straight, but he didn't seem convinced. I don't care if you feel it or not. You have to come. So you can ignore my parents as if they are nothing, but if I'm saying that I'm not feeling like going, you are forcing me. Yes, I'm forcing and it's my order. Don't make me repeat. You were looking at him with teary eyes. Do you really enjoy humiliating me every single second? Does it give you satisfaction? This is nothing compared to what you did. Is there no difference in then and now? We were young, immature. I know I did wrong, but why are you taking out all your anger now? Do you really feel satisfied hurting me each and every day? There was silence for some time. He was looking in your eyes. You left from there in your room when you realized you will break down in front of him, and you didn't want that. We were waiting for you guys for so long. Your father actually got worried when you didn't pick the phone, also. I was driving, so I didn't realize. She smiled and nodded. It's okay. Tell me how you both are doing. How's everything going on in your lives? She noticed that you and Jungkook exchanged glances with each other but quickly looked away too. Ryan, honey, are you okay? You have lost so much weight since marriage. Are you not eating well? I'm okay, Mom. Mrs. John and her husband both exchanged glances with each other. They knew something is wrong between their kids. They got them married, but it doesn't seem to be working. Good to know that you are doing well. You should be, as now you guys are married. You should now focus on your relationship and spend as much time as possible with each other. Yes, lately me and Ryan's mother talking about seeing our grandchildren's faces as soon as possible. You forced a smile, but only you know how much you were breaking from inside hearing all these words. Pretending to be fine when you're not really is so hard. You want someone to listen to you, someone you can share what you are going through. You feel so suffocated from inside. Let's eat the food or it will get cold. You all started to eat, but Jungkook noticed that you weren't actually eating. You didn't even eat anything in the morning also. All this time his attention was only on you. Ryan, why aren't you eating, dear? Don't you like the food? Should I tell the cook to prepare something else? You looked at her and shook your head. No, Mom, this is good. I just want to use the washroom. Okay. You got up and walked away from there. Jungkook knew that you just made an excuse. After some time when you didn't come back, Mrs. John looked at her son. Jungkook, is everything fine between you two? Did something happen? No, nothing happened, Mom. Mr. John sighed. Son, hear me out. I know this marriage was rushed, but you should know that she came here leaving her home, her parents, her life and past. It's your responsibility to make her feel good, to make her feel like she's with someone she truly deserves. You are her home now. Fights, arguments or disagreements happens in a relationship, but you should resolve them later. Not take it for granted. Remember, you don't have to stop talking to each other. You can with others, but not your partner. Jungkook got up. I'll check on her. He left from there while Mrs. John looked at her husband. Yobo, I'm worried. What if things are really bad? Should we go and ask them to check whether they are okay? Mr. John calmed her. Don't worry, everything will be fine. Let them handle it. They are mature enough and I trust my son. But things are not good enough. We have to make sure if they are okay. Mr. John noticed the worry in his wife's eyes. Let's go. You quickly wiped your tears when you felt a presence behind you. You already know who it would be. You were holding back your tears when all you want was to cry, to scream your heart out because the pain was too much inside and it was suffocating you. Guilt, fear, pain, all were hitting you at the same time, and you were never strong enough to bear all these strong emotions at once. But you were trying. The day you heard about his marriage till now, you never had a peaceful moment for once. You were continuously suffering, fighting with your thoughts, trying to make things better, but how can you fix the mistakes that already happened and you are not getting a chance to prove your guilt? Jungkook's words always hit you hard. You did wrong in the past, you broke his heart, you caused him pain, but you are suffering even worse. He is punishing you too hard. Jungkook walked near and stood beside you. His expressions were cold, but only he knew how chaotic he was from inside. He was cursing himself for the pain he's causing you. Why does it take so long to use the washroom? Mom and Dad was questioning me. You wiped your eyes without looking at him. You are trying to fix everything showing your tears, right? I didn't even do the worst that you did to me. You finally looked at him and sniffed before speaking. I'm ready to tell your parents about our past. Let's just end it. You have a problem every time you see me. It would be better if we stay apart. At least you would be happy after that. Jungkook's jaws tensed up and now he came closer to you, completely closing the gaps between your bodies. He hates it every time you talk about leaving him. Is that all you have to say in apology? Still talking about leaving? It means you still don't love me, right? He looked angry. Do I deserve to love you now? How will I say that I love you? Will you accept someone like me to come into your life again? Didn't I already give you a chance by marrying you? I don't want your apologies. I wanted to know that after realizing that you were wrong, do you still love me? I just want to know if your heart still beats for me like how mine do. Your tears were uncontrollably falling down. His eyes were moist as well, but he didn't cry. Mr. and Mrs. John also came there, but they stopped at a distance seeing both of you. And what if I say yes, I do? Every single day, even in the guilt, I hated myself for not believing you. Will you trust me? Will you believe if I say that I still love you? Will you accept my apology? There was silence for some time before Jungkook pressed his lips against yours before kissing you. He kissed you until he felt satisfied, until he tried to fulfill that gap that was empty for 5 years. He slowly pulled back without breaking the eye contact with you. I will accept you in every situation. You just have to promise me that you will never leave me again. You will never break my heart. You shook your head. I promise that I will never repeat that stupidity. I'm so sorry. He hugged you, feeling your warmth once again. Mr. and Mrs. John wiped their tears and decided to leave you both alone for some time.